Welcome back to Cruise News with Joe and Donna, brought to you by Travel 1609. And now, let's really explore. Today, we're diving deep into the brand new MSC World America.
That's right. MSC's largest ship, their new American flagship, sailing right out of Miami.
We're going to unpack what makes this ship tick, especially, how it's trying to blend that classic European flair with what American cruisers expect and enjoy.
And to help us navigate this massive vessel, we've gathered a wealth of information. We're looking at reviews, those first impressions,
Oh, yeah.
first-hand accounts from travel experts, vloggers, the people who are actually on those early sailings.
And comparing it to others, too, right? Like
Yes.
the icon of the seas.
Exactly. Some interesting comparisons there with other major players like Royal Caribbean's Icon.
Okay, so our goal with this deep dive is really to cut through the initial excitement, the buzz, and give you a clear, hopefully unbiased understanding of what the MSC World America truly offers.
Yeah, we'll highlight the innovations, the exciting stuff, but also point out potential, drawbacks maybe that early reviewers flagged up.
Exactly. We want to help you figure out if this new class of ship could be the perfect fit for your next vacation. Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. Getting on board.
Right, the embarkation. And what's fascinating here is that it seems to have been remarkably smooth for many people.
Oh, really? That's good news.
Yeah, the new Port Miami MSC terminal, they say it's the world's largest. That seems to be a key factor. Lots of reports mentioning efficiency.
Efficiency how? Like
Yeah.
faster lines.
Apparently, yeah. Particularly the facial recognition technology they're using. Reports suggest it really sped things up for a lot of folks. So less time in line, more time, anticipating the cruise itself.
Sounds like a great start to any vacation. No one likes queuing.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just speed. We also saw mentions of dedicated boarding areas.
Ah, like for different cabin types.
Exactly. Which is always a welcome touch, particularly for guests in the MSC Yacht Club.
Right, the Yacht Club. For those who might not know, that's their exclusive ship within a ship area, isn't it? With extra perks.
Precisely. Enhanced amenities, services, the whole package.
Okay, so smooth boarding. What about stepping onto the ship, that initial wow moment?
Well, that also seems quite impactful. The main atrium, apparently, is quite something. And it has this prominent American flag ceiling design.
Oh, interesting. So very deliberately American-focused then.
It seems like an immediate statement, doesn't it? A European line making that connection right away with its American passengers. A real visual statement.
Definitely. Now, it's worth remembering, as some sources noted, these first sailings often have a lot of media travel agents on board.
That's true. Always possible that, minor kinks are still being ironed out in these early days.
Good point. Oh, and speaking of first impressions, there was quite a buzz around the drone show, wasn't there, after the naming ceremony?
Yeah, spectacular, apparently. A real showstopper, combining that formal event with a very modern display. Interesting mix.
But there was also that incident with the wine, something potential passengers should know.
Ah, yes, that's a good heads up. One account detailed a traveler having their own wine confiscated for safekeeping.
Confiscated or just held.
Held, yes.
Yeah.
They got a receipt to get it back at the end. But it's a reminder that MSC generally doesn't allow you to bring wine on board, unlike some other lines.
Okay, so maybe leave your personal wine collection at home for this one.
Probably wise.
Yeah.
Unless you really want to carry it off again at the end.
Right. Okay, so we're on board, first impressions made. Let's get into the ship itself, the size, the layout. This thing is enormous, right?
Undeniably so. We're talking about a ship holding around 6,700 passengers
Wow.
and over 2,000 crew members. It's, 22 decks high? Over 1,000 feet long. Just huge.
So how do you even navigate something that big?
Well, they've implemented this concept of themed districts. Think of them as different neighborhoods, each designed to cater to different tastes, different travel styles.
Okay, so like self-contained zones, what are they called?
You've got the Aqua Deck, Family Aventura, obviously for families,
Yeah.
the Galleria for shopping and nightlife, the high-end MSC Yacht Club we mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
the open-air promenade, the terraces with specialty dining, and then a quieter, adults-only Zen area, trying to create distinct environments for everyone.
It sounds like a good idea in theory. Did it work in practice?
Well, that's interesting. Some early feedback mentioned a bit of a stark contrast. You have these fantastic, spectacular open areas,
Right.
but then certain high-traffic zones could feel apparently incredibly crowded.
Hmm.
One reviewer actually used the phrase zombie apocalypse.
Wow, really? That's vivid.
It certainly paints a picture, doesn't it, of just the sheer number of people potentially funneling through certain spots. But then places like Deck 6, 7, and 8 were praised for feeling spacious. So a ship of contrasts, it seems.
Yeah, you definitely need those escape areas on a ship this size.
Okay, let's focus on some of those key districts.
Yeah.
The World Promenade on Deck 8 sounds like a central hub. It does. It's this wide-open outdoor space for walking, sea air, dining al fresco, lounging, and it's where you find the jaw drop slide.
The big slide, yeah. Plunging down several decks.
That's the one. Quite a dramatic feature. And then at night, it apparently transforms with live music, light shows, a really lively atmosphere.
And places to eat and drink there, too.
Oh, yeah. Paxo's Greek restaurant is there, the coffee emporium for your caffeine fix, Sweet Temptations for desserts. It's designed as a real focal point.
Okay, and then indoors, there's the World Galleria, like the indoor equivalent.
Exactly. That serves as the main indoor hub.
Yeah.
More nightlife, more dining like Luna Park Pizza and Burger, Jean-Philippe Chocolat and a cafe, a gelateria, plus shops. Intended to be a bustling space, especially after dark.
And moving up from there, the terraces above the Galleria, that sounds a bit more upscale.
That's the impression, yeah. It's home to several specialty dining venues, Eataly, Butcher's Cut Steakhouse, Kaido Sushi.
Ah, the paid options.
Right. And you also find more, maybe refined lounges and bars there. The Loft Comedy Club, Masters of the Sea Pub, Elixir Mixology Bar, the Gin Project, Fizz Champagne Bar. It feels like a step up from the more casual areas.
Okay. Now, this next bit surprised me when I read it. Apparently, there are 2 buffet restaurants.
I know, right? It really emphasizes the scale. Most people expect just the one main buffet.
Exactly. Where are they?
Well, the main one is where you'd expect, Deck 16. But apparently, a second, fully operational buffet was found by some early cruisers way up on Deck 19.
Wow, so you might just stumble upon a whole other restaurant.
It really underscores the size, doesn't it? And how much there is to explore. You might miss things.
Okay, 2 buffets noted. Good to know if one's crowded. So, with a ship this enormous, you'd expect a ton of things to do. Let's talk activities, entertainment. They're boasting some record breakers.
They certainly are, pushing the boundaries. A major highlight is that jaw drop slide we mentioned. 11 decks, longest dry slide at sea.
That sounds terrifying, but fun, I guess.
Definitely for the adventurous types.
Yeah.
Then there's the cliffhanger. That's the world's only overwater swing ride on a cruise ship.
Over the water. Seriously.
Yep. Offering some truly unique and probably quite breathtaking views.
Yeah.
If you're brave enough.
Maybe I'll just watch that one. And a huge water park, too.
MSC's largest to date, yeah. That's a big draw, especially for families.
Where's all that located?
That's mainly in the harbor area, up on Deck 20. That's where you find the water park, plus a ropes course, rock climbing wall.
Wow, Adventure Central.
Pretty much. And there's also the Sportsplex nearby with bumper cars and something called Zorb Ball.
Zorb Ball? Like those giant inflatable balls you roll around it?
Sounds like it. Clearly designed for a wide range of ages and energy levels.
Okay, but what about just relaxing? Pools, hot tubs?
Oh, plenty of those. 20 pools and whirlpools in total, they say.
20. Okay, where are the main ones?
You've got La Plage, the main outdoor complex on Deck 18. Looks very impressive in the photos. Then the Botanic Garden Pool, also Deck 18, but it's glass enclosed.
Ah, good for less than perfect weather.
Exactly. And then there's the adults-only Zen Pool right at the front of the ship for a more tranquil escape.
Adults only. Good to know. Any quirks with the pools?
Well, interestingly, the main pool reportedly closes quite early, around 8 p.m.
Oh, that is early for a main pool.
Yeah, but the solarium area pool and hot tubs apparently stay open a bit later, maybe till 10 p.m. One small niggle, though. Some reports did mention the hot tubs weren't always, well, very hot.
Lukewarm hot tubs aren't quite the same, are they?
Not ideal for relaxing those muscles, no. So if a really hot soak is key for you, that's maybe something to be aware of.
Okay. But moving into the evening, the entertainment lineup sounds quite diverse. What's in the main theater?
The World Theater seats over 1,000 people. The big show is Dirty Dancing in concert.
Okay, a movie tie-in. What else?
The Panorama Lounge offers a different vibe. Live theatrical music, including Queen Symphonic. Apparently it has an interactive floor, too.
Interactive floor. How does that work?
Not entirely sure from the reports, but sounds intriguing. Adds an engaging element. Plus, they have street theater pop-up performances happening around the ship.
Adds a bit of spontaneity.
Nice.
And for more traditional evening fun?
There's the Loft Comedy Club, stand-up, karaoke, dueling pianos, DJ sets, a changing schedule. And they offer a silent disco.
Always a slightly weird but fun experience, the silent disco.
Definitely. And for something calmer, free yoga and sound meditation classes are available too.
What about the kids? beyond the water park?
Oh, loads for them. The Family Ventura area on Deck 20 and Doremaland on Deck 19 are the main hubs. Age-specific kids clubs, baby club with Chico, junior club, young club, teen club.
Covering all bases.
Seems like it. There's a Lego family zone in Doremaland, which sounds cool for younger families, and a Dormex family disco, plus, of course, an arcade, but that costs extra.
Naturally. Anything really unusual?
On some cruises, they apparently host a drone academy in the Sportsplex. That sounds quite unique.
Drone Academy. Wow, okay. Definitely sounds like there's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Right, all that activity works up an appetite. Let's talk dining. 19 different places to eat. That's a lot.
It is a lot. And the goal seems to be a mix, you know? Familiar American comfort food alongside a definite international, mostly European influence.
Okay, let's start with the buffet. You said there are two. What's the food like? Initial feedback suggested maybe more Americanized.
That was one initial impression, yes. But then digging deeper, it seems there's also a substantial Italian section: pizza, fresh mozzarella, things MSC regulars would expect and appreciate.
Okay, good coffee too. Always important.
Good coffee available, reportedly. Breakfast buffet has variety eggs, various ways, usual suspects, though the bacon wasn't always crispy, apparently, for those who care about that detail.
A crucial detail for some. Anything cost extra in the buffet area.
Freshly squeezed juice does, yes. And at the coffee shop, you get complimentary pastries, but the bigger items or specialty coffees are extra. So free options exist, but upgrades will add to your bill.
Got it. What about the main dining room experience? The complimentary sit-down option. Mixed feedback there.
A bit more varied, yes. The Hexagon and Esguinot on Deck 6. Prime rib on the first night seemed popular, generally well received. Appetizers like lasagna, Greek salad mentioned, and the bread.
Good bread.
The bread and the fantastic butter seem to be consistent highlights, actually. Desserts generally good, too.
And the service in the MDR.
Often described as very good, attentive, friendly, especially for an inaugural period. But some reviewers did report slower service at times.
Okay, but the food quality itself, that seemed a bit hit or miss.
That's where opinions divided a bit. Some call it good, but not great. One or two even use the comparison college dorm food. Ouch.
Ouch indeed.
Yeah.
Any specific issues?
Temperature inconsistencies were mentioned. Food sometimes served lukewarm. So it suggests that while you'll likely find decent meals, maybe don't expect fine dining in the included venues.
Right, so if you're a real foodie, you might need to look at the specialty restaurants.
That seems to be the takeaway. Those require reservations and cost extra, of course. Eataly is a big one, the first eataly at sea. Italian focus, open kitchen.
Sounds appealing. What else?
Paxos Greek restaurant on Deck 7, Mediterranean. Fresh seafood counter, takeaway options, even a rooftop lounge. Different vibe.
Nice. And Japanese.
Two options there. Kaido Teppanyaki for the interactive cooking show experience.
Always fun.
And Kaido Sushi Bar overlooking the World Galleria. Wide sushi range.
Okay. Any other cuisines?
There's Ola, Taco and Cantina for Mexican and Tex-Mex. They even have an all-you-can-eat option there, which could be decent value.
Interesting.
And finally, up on the terraces, you have Butcher's Cut, the signature steakhouse. So a good international spread if you're willing to pay extra.
Fair few choices there. But back to complimentary, besides MDR and buffets, anything else easy and free?
Luna Park Pizza and Burger on Deck 6. That sounds like a solid casual spot. Open 24 hours, too.
Oh, 24 hours is handy. What do they have?
Pizza, burgers, hot dogs, wings. The pizza was reportedly quite tasty. Wings weren't crispy, apparently, but had good sauce. And wings being free is unusual on cruises, right? They often cost extra.
That's true. Good point. So some decent pre-casual food available. Okay, shifting gears, slightly drinks, always a big topic. Any changes to MSC's drink packages?
Big changes, it seems. The old Easy and Easy Plus packages. Gone for U.S. sailings.
Really? So what's the deal now?
It's consolidated into one package.
Yep.
The Premium Extra package. It covers drinks up to $16, but here's the kicker. There's a 15-drink cap per day.
Ah, a daily limit. That's significant. And drink prices generally.
Seemingly higher than before on MSC. Mixed drinks starting around $14, most beers $9, $10. Some noted this felt more expensive, though you can get a big 32-ounce beer at the English pub.
A yard of ale, perhaps, and the free coffee.
The coffee from the buffet is reportedly good and strong. So basically, if you want variety or pricier drinks, you need the premium package, but it costs more than the old lower tiers and have that daily limit.
Definitely something to factor into the budget. Okay, let's talk cabins, where you actually sleep. Big range, I assume.
Oh yeah, a huge range. 2,626 staterooms in total, from basic interiors to grand suites.
What's a standard balcony like?
Pretty typical, it sounds like. King-size bed, about 183 square feet inside. Balcony with 2 chairs, small table. Storage seems decent, split closet, drawers, nightstand cubbies.
Any downsides?
The main one mentioned was limited power outlets near the bed. Annoying if you have multiple devices to charge overnight.
Yeah, that is annoying. Okay, stepping up. Any standout suites?
The Grand Suite RES sounds nice. Big terrace, private hot tub, a definite upgrade.
And then there's the yacht club again. That's the top tier.
Absolutely. That whole ship within a ship thing. Key card access only to private lounges, a dedicated restaurant, private sun deck with pool and hot tubs, plus 24-hour butler, concierge.
Sounds very exclusive. Better amenities in the suites, too.
Yes. Things like Nespresso machines, complimentary Venti chocolates. It's pitched as a premium, almost all-inclusive experience within the main ship.
And the ultimate. Is there like a mega suite?
There's the Yacht Club Duplex Suite. 2 decks, spiral staircase, private balcony sleeps up to 6. Very high-end.
Wow. And at the other end, the basic interior rooms. Anything notable?
Described mainly as cozy, similar to other MSC interiors, maybe lacking a wow factor or tons of storage. But a plus point mentioned was charging ports on both sides of the bed.
Oh, they got that right in the interiors, but not the balconies. Strange. And the price difference must be huge between interior and yacht club.
Massive. Yacht club fares were starting around $7,000 for 2 adults for a 7-night Miami trip. Really highlights the exclusivity and the premium you pay for that experience.
Yeah, quite a jump. Now, inevitably, people are comparing World America to Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas. Both huge, both new-ish. How do they stack up?
It's a natural comparison. Both are giants, though Icon is slightly larger, technically. A big difference is the sheer number of dining and drinking venues.
Icon has more.
Significantly more. Icon boasts over 40 dining options and 26 bar lounges. World America has 19 dining and 18 bars. So if pure variety is your main goal, Icon has the edge there.
That is a big difference. What about activities? Slides? Water parks?
Both go big there. Impressive water parks, record-breaking slides on both. World America has the unique cliffhanger swing in that super long, dry slide. Icon's water park is maybe larger overall with more slide variety. Depends what kind of thrill you want.
Okay, kind of evenly matched on thrills then. Where does World America really differentiate itself, besides maybe the European style?
I think the MSC Yacht Club is a major point of distinction. The level of luxury, exclusivity, the whole ship within a ship service. It's not quite matched by the suite areas on Icon. MSC really leans into that high-end offering.
So World America might appeal more to the luxury market or couples, maybe?
Potentially, yes. Or groups with older teens, perhaps. Icon, with things like the ultimate family townhouses, might lean slightly more towards families with younger kids, although both cater to families extensively. World America perhaps aims for a bit more sophistication alongside the fun.
And the big stage entertainment.
Icon has Wizard of Oz and an ice rink. World America has Dirty Dancing in Concert and Queen Symphonic. Both have comedy, live music. It really comes down to personal taste, which lineup appeals more.
So different styles, different focus areas, despite the similar size. Okay, let's talk about the crew. Service is so important on a cruise. How was the staff on World America?
Generally, really positive feedback on service. Actually, several reviewers called it the best service overall they'd had on an MSC outside the yacht club.
High praise. What made it good?
Staff described as engaging, friendly, attentive. Especially at dinner, prompt drink orders, encouraging people to try different dishes, a good pacing of courses, suggests a strong focus on guest satisfaction.
That sounds great. But there's a caveat, right? The ship wasn't full on those early sailings.
That's a very important point. Reports suggested it sailed at around 60% capacity initially. Service levels could potentially feel different when it's operating at full passenger load. Something to keep in mind.
Definitely. Okay, what about technology? The app, the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Always potential pain points.
Yeah, the MSC For Me app used for check-in, boarding pass, daily schedule seemed to be a source of some frustration.
How so?
Reports of it frequently disconnecting from the Wi-Fi, and often the full activity schedule wasn't loaded until the day of, making planning tricky. And it only works on newer MSC ships.
Not ideal for planning. And the Wi-Fi itself.
Price might be comparable to other lines, but the big limitation mentioned frequently was the one device at a time rule for basic packages.
Only one phone or tablet connected per package.
Exactly, which can be really inconvenient if you have multiple devices or a family sharing one package in a cabin. If you need more connections, you'll likely have to upgrade to a pricier package.
Okay, another potential extra cost or inconvenience to consider. Now, a big highlight for MSC Caribbean Cruises is their private island, Ocean Cay. World America goes there too, right? What's it like?
Yes, it's on the 7-night itineraries,
Uh-huh.
and it gets rave reviews, consistently described as a serene oasis, very relaxed Bahamian vibe, not just another party island.
Sounds lovely. What can you do there?
Numerous beautiful beaches, water sports like snorkeling, jet skis. There's an evening dance party too. And a big plus, your shipboard drink and Wi-Fi packages usually work on the island.
Oh, that's handy. Food too.
Yep, complimentary buffet and a food truck available, so you don't have to go back to the ship for lunch.
And they're focused on conservation there, aren't they?
Very much so. Thousands of native plants put in. It's a marine reserve. They're working on coral restoration. It feels different, more focused on natural beauty than, say, big water parks or zip lines like some other private islands.
Nice. Any downsides or wishes for Ocean Cay?
The main thing reviewers mentioned wanting was the option for overnight stays. That's not currently offered on World America sailings, but it would allow for a really unique evening and morning experience there. They do offer wellness stuff too, like a gong meditation class on the island.
Sounds incredibly peaceful. Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive, let's try to summarize. What are the main pros and cons emerging from all these sources?
Okay, let's break it down. On the pros side, that blend of European style with American tastes seems successful to many. The sophisticated design, lots of gathering spaces both inside and out. MSC's large fleet and varied itineraries are a plus.
And Ocean Cay, definitely a pro.
Absolutely. A stunning private island. Also, family-friendly features, the loyalty status match program, and that very upscale yacht club experience. And generally friendly staff and innovative activities like the slide and swing.
Okay, quite a few positives. Now for the cons.
Fewer complimentary dining venues compared to some competitors. The world class has more than older MSC ships. Potential for crowding in buffets. The technology limitations, the app issues, the one-device Wi-Fi rule.
Right, the tech stuff. What else?
The inconsistent food quality or temperature sometimes reported in the main dining room. The lukewarm hot tub's feedback. And finally, those recent drink package changes the consolidation to one premium package with big cap and perceived higher prices. That was definitely seen as a negative by some.
Got it. So summing it all up.
Well, MSC World America is clearly this massive, impressive ship. It offers a huge spectrum of experiences from big thrills to elegant dining to the super luxury yacht club. While there's some initial niggles, maybe MDR food consistency, the drink package changes. It definitely offers a very modern, multifaceted cruise. Lots of unique highlights, the design, Ocean Cay.
Okay. And that brings us to our final thought for you, the listener. As these mega ships keep getting bigger, keep adding more and more, how does the industry balance all that choice, all those activities, with maintaining quality and, maybe more importantly, maintaining that sense of a personalized experience?
Yeah, what does this push for bigger and more mean for the future of cruising? What kind of vacation will it become?
It's something to think about.
All right.
What aspects of a cruise are most important to you when you're choosing? Space, activities, food quality, service, exclusivity. Consider that as you weigh your options for your next adventure. Thanks for taking the deep dive with us.